Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Harshal, your expert revenue cycle management trainer, and I am absolutely thrilled to have you here for part 30 of our course. Today, we're diving into an explainer on accounts receivable aging analysis, core KPIs, and denial prevention strategies. Look, if you really want to understand the true financial engine of any healthcare provider, well, this is it. We're getting highly technical today, moving from foundational concepts straight into the proactive strategies you'll use every single day. So let's jump right into the mechanics. Okay, here's a quick look at our agenda for this session. We'll start with an overview of AR aging buckets, then move into core revenue cycle metrics. After that, we'll cover strategic claim prioritization, denial prevention, and standard AR documentation. And of course, we'll wrap up the whole shebang with a quick RCM knowledge check. Section 1, Overview of AR Aging Buckets. Understanding the life cycle of a claim is basically the absolute bedrock of everything we do in RCM. Think of the standard 10-step medical billing process like a giant, complex assembly line. Notice step 7 right over there, AR follow-up, denial management, and appeals. When a claim has successfully gone through coding, charge posting, and submission, but the payment just isn't coming through, that's us. That is our domain. We are the ultimate problem solvers of the revenue cycle. So what exactly is AR management? Formally speaking, it's the process of reviewing submitted claims to understand exactly why a payment hasn't been made, and then taking the necessary steps to resolve the issue and speed up that payment. It sounds pretty simple on paper, right? But the effectiveness of the accounts receivable team literally determines the financial health of healthcare providers and billing companies. I mean, without us, the revenue simply stops flowing. It's a huge responsibility. Now, timing is everything here. While the first 0 to 30 days are just considered standard processing time, the second a claim crosses that 30-day line into the 31 to 60-day bucket, it demands immediate action. You see, collectability severely decreases as a claim ages, as it drags on through the 61 to 90, 91 to 120, and especially that critical 121-plus day bucket, getting paid gets exponentially harder. Monitoring these standard aging buckets has to become your most vital daily habit. Moving on to Section 2, Core Revenue Cycle Metrics. Let's talk about how we actually measure our success using strict performance standards. As an AR analyst, your primary duty is ensuring our metrics meet acceptable industry standards. You'll be constantly tracking your days in accounts receivable, or DAR, to make sure it stays low. But that's not all. You're also monitoring your first pass clean claim rate, or CCR, to ensure claims are going through perfectly without errors on the first try. You also have to track your net collection rate versus your gross collection rate. This tells us what percentage of allowable charges we are actually collecting versus what was billed. And finally, you need to keep a hawk's eye on your initial denial rate and your appeal overturn rate. If any of these KPIs start slipping, it's a huge red flag, and immediate intervention is required. But wait, before you dive in and take action, you need to know exactly what kind of claim you're dealing with. Is it a fresh claim, or is it pre-worked? Because honestly, that dictates your entire resolution strategy. A clean, fresh claim is basically a blank slate. There are no previous notes in the comments screen, no resubmissions in the history. You won't see partial payments, posted denials, correspondence, or previous appeals. If you see literally any of these signs, you're dealing with a pre-worked claim. That means someone else has already touched it, and you have to carefully review their work before you take your next step. All right, Section 3, Strategic Claim Prioritization. Time to pivot from the theory of metrics to your actual daily routine of managing working inventory. So your entire daily workspace revolves around the work order. This is a specific, assigned list of outstanding claims queued up for payment follow-up by you, the AR associate. When you open your work order on a Monday morning, honestly, it can be pretty overwhelming. There's this massive temptation to just randomly start working claims, or worse, to just cherry-pick the ones with the highest dollar amounts. But I am warning you against that right now. Random execution leads to lost revenue. You need a strategy. To balance everything, you absolutely must follow this mandatory prioritization flow. Priority 1, you always start with the oldest aging bucket, the 121-plus days. You have to address these before they hit strict timely filing limits and become completely permanently uncollectible. Then, Priority 2, you target the high dollar amounts. And finally, Priority 3, group and work your claims filed to the same insurance payer for efficiency, keeping an eye out for payer-specific aging thresholds. Working your way backward like this ensures you hit all claims, balancing age and value perfectly. Section 4, root cause analysis, and our denial prevention framework. This is where we shift our mindset from reactive problem solving to proactive global action. When a claim is denied, you have to play detective and classify the root cause immediately. For example, coding denials, like a missing or invalid modifier, often require charge capture audits or updated clearinghouse edit rules to fix them right at the source. On the flip side, provider denials, which are related to invalid NPIs or tax IDs, can often be prevented upfront with automated eligibility verification checks. Correctly identifying the category is step one in transitioning from just reacting to denials to actively preventing them on the front end. And here is where you really level up as an analyst. You aren't just tweaking individual claims. You are actively hunting for global trends. You see, a trend is identified when you receive the exact same denial from a specific payer based on the same CPT code, diagnosis code, rendering provider, or modifier. When you spot this pattern spreading across multiple patients, you don't just fix one isolated claim. No way. You review the billing system for similar trends across all accounts and apply a systemic correction. That right there is how you prevent future denials. Let's walk through a strict step-by-step framework for a super common headache: authorization denials. If a claim denies for authorization, you follow this exact path. First, check if a prior or pre-authorization was actually obtained before the service. If it wasn't or it's invalid, you immediately contact the payer to inquire if they accept retro authorizations. If they say no, your next step is to appeal the decision by sending over complete medical records to prove medical necessity. And finally, if they still deny it after all that, only then do you escalate the case for a potential write-off as an absolute last resort. Section 5. Standard AR Documentation Framework. Remember, the next action anyone takes on an account relies entirely on the quality of your previous notes. We live and die by these golden rules of notation. Number 1. Document immediately after an action or call. Don't wait. Number 2. Always document in chronological order. Number 3. Never ever leave out critical details like exact dates, dollar amounts, and the representative's name. Furthermore, managers actually use these individual standardized notes to compile the management reporting note template. This is a monthly summary of inventory trends, root causes, and actionable recommendations based entirely on your daily data. It's how we standardize portfolio management across the entire team. All right, Section 6, RCM Knowledge Check. Let's see how much of this masterclass stuck with you today. Question 1. When prioritizing a daily work order, which claims must an AR associate target first? Is it A, high dollar amounts, B, claims past 121 plus days, or C, claims from the same insurance? Take a second to think about the required flow we just talked about. Moving right along to question 2. Which of the following is a sign of a fresh claim? Is it A, a partial payment was received, B, there are no previous notes in the comments, or C, it is a corrected charge? Think back to our clean claim checklist. And our final question, question 3, a claim denied for an invalid modifier is classified as what? Is it A, a provider denial, B, a non-denial, or C, a coding denial? Okay, let's look at the answer key. For question 1, the correct answer is B. You have to resist the temptation to just chase the big money first. You always work backward from the oldest 121 plus day aging bucket to beat those timely filing limits. For question 2, the answer is B. A truly fresh claim has absolutely no previous notes. Any prior activity at all means it's pre-worked. And for question 3, the answer is C. An invalid modifier is firmly a coding denial, which requires a completely different root cause approach than a demographic provider denial. Awesome work today, everyone. Understanding these fundamentals is exactly what transforms you from a simple biller into a strategic, high-level revenue cycle analyst. As you look at your next work order, ask yourself, are you just reacting to today's denials, or are you actually building the trends to prevent tomorrow's? Share and subscribe for free courses on Decode Healthcare with Harshal.